Musk making clear that as the richest man in the world, he could buy it. He could buy a $43 billion company. How did he become so successful? And do you want to learn to be an entrepreneur like Musk? Genius Group has a class for you. Its stock, which just went public on Tuesday, shot up 400%. Today, its CEO is here to tell us how his products, which range from everything called Genius U and the $1 Million Master Plan, would mean big profits for you and perhaps his shareholders. Who's the real genius? The CEO of the ed tech company that skyrocketed 400+% on its IPO 2 days ago is here to tell us how he's planning to disrupt the $10 trillion education marketplace. And get this, it involves teaching infants to 100-year-old seniors how to think and act and become entrepreneurs. The Genius Group CEO joins us next. Well, look at this chart. You don't see something like this very often. The Singapore-based education technology company Genius Group went public on Tuesday, IPO'd at $6 per share, promptly went parabolic, rocketing higher by as much as 500% before finally closing at $30.50. That's a gain of more than 300%. Now, it has been a volatile couple of days for the stock. Specifically today, we do have at this hour shares dropping nearly 61%. The stock has been halted at least 4 times today alone for volatility. What's beyond all the excitement here? This is not your regular education technology company. Genius's mission is to remodel the current educational system globally by laser focusing on teaching people ages 0 to 100 the principles of entrepreneurship through its Genius U, Wealth Dynamics, and $1 Million Master Plan offerings. That's what they're called. Joining me now, Genius Group founder and CEO, Roger Hamilton. Wait a minute. I had you as Roger James Hamilton. You're okay with Roger, right?
I'm fine with anything, but Roger's good.
Okay, good. Roger, are you fine with what's happened in the last 36 hours? What's it been like for you?
It's been pretty crazy to see what's happening in the marketplace. But, you know, to be honest, we're really so focused at the business and what happens post-IPO. So we were thankful that in today's market, especially because it's been quite a quiet time for IPOs, that we could actually have the IPO, and we're very excited about the plans going forward now.
Well, you've got about 2.7 million students in about 200 countries. It's a small cap company, at least at the moment. You've got to explain to our viewers what it is that makes you different from other education technology companies.
Sure. There's been some, big names out there recently, like, Coursera, Udemy, Duolingo, all last year. They have got incredible platforms that have grown, and I think really paved the way for companies like ourselves to be able to now come onto the stock market as well. For us, what makes us different is, first of all, we are creating our own curriculum. So in the case of quite a few of the other platforms, they invite others to bring their programs on the platform, and then they digitize those. We're creating our own curriculum, which we think is very important because we're seeing, especially as, like you just said with the last guest, with the president, saying how much we have to have the right type of education for the coming technologies that are happening. And we also have got an AI-driven Genie that ensures that every single person has a personalized pathway, which is also really important, so that everyone is able to follow their passions, their purpose, their talents, and actually design a life based on the education that is right for them.
Well, this is going to be a $10 trillion market with education technology by 2030, at least according to some experts and researchers in this field. You talk about teaching people 0 to 100 entrepreneurship. Can you teach that? And look, 0 means a day old, an infant. How do you start teaching someone as young as a baby how to have an entrepreneurial spirit?
It's actually quite interesting. The saying, and where genius comes from, is the saying that everyone is born a genius, but we then live our lives being de-geniused as time goes on. And this is definitely something which we have seen with the current education system. There are many parents and many students dissatisfied with it. With the acquisitions of the 4 companies that are coming with the IPO, one of them actually, Education Angels in New Zealand, is an early learning company from 0 to 5 years old that actually show kids how they can actually learn through discovery. Then we also have primary school, high school, and even a university acquisition in California, which enables us to now provide the entire 0 to 100 lifelong learning pathway, which is that $10 trillion pie that you mentioned.
We do have to teach entrepreneurship and that ability to have curiosity. You see what the big entrepreneurs who come on this show, including yourself, have been able to do and succeed. So we'll be watching this very closely. Good to see you, Roger. Thank you so much. And by the way, even with today's 58% loss, this stock is still up triple-digit percentages since its IPO about 48 hours ago.